Hi, this is EEB Tarot, two E's and a B Tarot. I'll be reading for the sign of Gemini. This is for Gemini. You have Gemini anywhere in your chart, but it's for the next 8 days. It's timeless. The 8 days, if it resonates, will start the day after you hear this reading. I'm going to pull one card for each day. And if there's something else, I'll let you know. If it resonates, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how it resonates. 8 cards for the next 8 days for Gemini. 8 cards for the next 8 days. Gemini. I'm only taking the uprights in this reading. 7 more. Four more. 3 more. Is that too many? That's too many. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. One more. Did I say I already pre-shuffled, Gemini? I did. Prior to the start of the reading. 1 more. That's too many. 1 more. Thank you. Before I even start, let me get a clarifier for the death. I'll go through and what the signs, the cards are, and the signs for each day. Oh, I saw that coming. For each day, Gemini. 1 more card to clarify the death. One more to clarify the death card. That's too many. Just give me 1 to clarify the death card. Just 1. Okay, that's what I thought. I mean, duh, but at least it's positive. And look at that. The 7 of Cups still ended up on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. What's underneath that? Yeah. Okay, so Gemini. On day 1, you have the High Priestess, which is major for water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. That's day 1. Day 2, you have the Tower. Now, the Tower, I'm not sure if it was on day 1 or day 4. I'm sorry, day 2 or day 4. But either way, it may just be because the way it fell out, the cards fell out all together. The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Swords and the Tower all together. So it felt right to put it on day 2, but for some of you, it may fall on day 4. Maybe the majority is day 2. But for Gemini energy, the Tower is major for Scorpio and Aries. So that may be somewhere significant in your chart. The Tower doesn't necessarily mean a negative thing. So we'll cover that when we go over each day in more detail. Knight of Cups on the 3rd day. That's water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So Queen of Swords, this is you, Gemini. This is the 2nd time I'm doing your reading, but the Queen of Swords also came out, but it came out at the end of the 8 days in the last spread. There was some technicalities with the first reading, so I had to redo it. But the Queen of Swords is now showing up at the end of the first 4 days or within the first week. So interesting. Uh, on day 5, Two of Wands, this is air energy. I'm sorry, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I believe the Seven of Wands fell on the exact same day. It was on day 6, Seven of Wands, fire energy again. On day 7, the Two of Cups, but Leo energy is present, as well as the water energy. So it's a Two of Cups is a water card, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but the lion is present in it as well. And on day 8, you got the death card, which is major for Scorpio. But I was just trying to get a gauge on what kind of ending. And Wheel of Fortune came out, which is major for um, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo. Again, that fire energy. Maybe some of you all are connected to a Leo, but also, what did I say? Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and was it Sagittarius for Wheel of Fortune? But the death card in the Wheel of Fortune following on the 8th day suggests that there is a major, like, either ascension or overhaul, or um, just something very, you know what I mean? It speaks to the tower falling in the first 4 days, and the change actually being in effect by the second half of the 8 days. On day 1, Gemini. Oh, I'm sorry. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Cups. And that's water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But again, it just speaks to possible options and opportunities that present themselves to you. Underneath that is the Knight of Swords. And underneath that, which is, again, Gemini energy, the Sun. So, yeah, it's the options will ultimately lead to, all of these options ultimately lead to the Sun. And that's abundance, fulfillment, protection, all the things that come with positive, high vibrational energy and divine order and guidance. So wonderful. Gemini, that's suggesting that you are locked in, even in tough, challenging circumstances. High Priestess, so you are starting off the week or the 8 days on day 1 very tapped in and connected to your inner knowing. You're connecting to your heart space. You could also have water somewhere else significant in your chart, but this speaks to being connected to source and following the guidance that you know is like your future self placing like breadcrumbs in your path to get you there. You know what I mean? Um, some of you all could read tarot as well, or work in some sort of like divination practice where you uh, engage with spirituality or healing. Um, some of you also could be starting some sort of healing journey in this first 8 days. And you are trying to gain greater knowledge and connection to your spiritual self, or just healing in general. You know what I mean? You also may find that you are more empathic during this time, and you seem to know things about people specifically that maybe aren't outwardly or readily on the surface. Yeah. On day 2, there's a significant closing and crumbling of a false ideal, a false narrative, a false reality, whatever it was, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that to say that your circumstances don't matter and the effects that they have on you don't matter. I'm saying that if whatever, not if, whatever has come to the deconstruction of its cycle, you know what I mean? Like, it's for a reason. It's for not just a reason. It's for it's a necessity for you to continue to grow in the best way possible. Towers don't fall where the foundation is strong. They just don't. You know what I mean? Unless something directly attacks it. And it seems like the direct attack is from the divine. Those lightning bolts are not coming from the ground. And, some outside force destroying your structure. It's from God himself saying this foundation is not going to last, so I need to help you rebuild this. But we need the ground that you're going to rebuild on. You can't do that if this is still here. Okay, so don't hold on to things that are crumbling. Like, allow them to fall, and then whatever's left that's worth saving to rebuild from, if anything, then do that. But trying to catch the bricks as they're falling is just going to leave you crushed under the rubble of it. You know what I mean? Don't do that, especially when you're so locked in. And maybe that's why the high priestess is showing on day 1 and the tower is day 2, is because in order for you to make it through this tower, you had to have been really grounded and connected to your spirituality to be able to see that in day 2. You know what I mean? That this is not a tower that I should be outside trying to catch the bricks. And because of that, on day 3, you're able to be at peace with whatever has come and gone. You know what I mean? Like, you're not bound to it. And it feels good because it wasn't easy. Connecting to your spiritual self, a lot of times people will brush it off as woo-woo, but that's actually very difficult to do in terms of trying to see it from a space that really speaks most naturally to you. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual connections are very tailor-made. Oh, sorry, my battery's about to die. Let me plug it up. Hold on. Sorry, Gemini. Hold on. Okay. So, what was I saying? All right. You feel good about that on the 3rd day. Moving on to the 4th day. Queen of Swords, you are standing in your power. You are showing up, and you're confident in the decisions you're making. You're not. This is giving very much. I'm kind. I'm not friendly. You know what I mean? Like, I have vulnerability, but I'm not weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're speaking your mind, and it's not with the intention to be hurtful, but if someone is hurt by you speaking your truth, then that's not really something that you can internalize. You know what I mean? Like, your spirit won't allow you to digest that. Okay. So on day 4, the communication that you are giving out is with purpose, with intention, and all the extra fluff is you know what I mean? I'm going to pull one clarifier for the Queen of Swords, because I just want to, I see that it's a power position, and you're definitely not at the mercy of anyone. It's just, I want, for the sake of the reading, one more. Give me one more card to clarify the Queen of Swords for Gemini on day 4. Confirmation, clarification for the Queen of Swords on day 4. 1. That was 3. I need 1. 1 card for Queen of Swords for Gemini. 1. Yeah. So on day 4, Gemini, there may be a conversation that this could be with someone close to you. 4 swords came out for the clarification. King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This may be someone that you is on your mind, that there needs to be clarity given, a situation where there needs to be clarity given, but you are definitely in control of it. Like you are either sure that this conversation needs to happen and how you want to have it, or you are sure that whatever conversation has taken place, what needed to be said was said. And it puts a worry at ease. And if this isn't a conversation, this is just you like thinking on someone and trying to process information regarding them, and whatever it is, you gain a peaceful resolve in it. You put to rest some things that were maybe it doesn't feel like extreme, it just feels like something that needed to be done, you know what I mean, to get it out the way. I don't know, but whatever the conversation is, it creates action in a regard that's much more productive. So however you've made your mind up about this, or whatever you've spoken to or regarding on day 4, it creates a position where somebody's actions definitely step up. Okay, on day 5, 2 of Wands, this feels like on day 5, just allowing things to allowing whatever the start of something, to allowing something to just have its start, you know what I mean, like giving it space to do whatever it needs to do, and develop. And if it's not that on the 5th day, it's you being able to effectively handle multiple situations at once. You know what I mean? Like you're wearing 2 or more. It could just be 2, but 2 or more hats. And you're, you know what I'm saying? Like you are the head or one of the heads of a household, as well as an important player or a key player in the professional aspect of your life as well. But the 2 of Wands, it speaks of the 2 of Wands speaks of like making a decision about something. So with the 7 of Wands and the 2 of Wands, that's 9 of Wands, and it let me show you. Where is it at? Sorry, Gemini. Bear with me. Okay. I just wanted to show you, like, so the 2 of Wands and the 7 of Wands on day 5 and 6 adds to the 9 of Wands. So even though there's a decision to be made, and the 7 of Wands suggests that it's a lot of things coming at you at once that feel overwhelming, which could connect to, like I said, circumstances revolving around the Tower on the 2nd day, or this conversation that needs, or thought process that needs to be addressed on day 4. And also maybe the conversation, again, interchange the Tower with the Queen of Swords. Maybe the conversation or the thought process happened first and then the Tower came. Switch around how it needs to in that first week and second week, you know what I'm saying? But for first half of that 8 days and the second half of that 8 days. But the 2 of Wands and the 7 of Wands on day 5 and 6 suggest a 9 of Wands outcome, right? And I wanted you guys to see that it doesn't matter what decisions you need to make or how many things come at you. At the end of it, you're going to be victorious, standing in your strength and your power. And people are going to be looking around you, looking amazed at like this incredible feat, like the strength, the resiliency, the power that you yield, you know what I mean, in your actions. It's very inspiring. You know what I mean? You're able to adapt to the level of strength that is required for you to manage yourself and your circumstances. You know what I mean? Okay. I felt like it would be uh, clearer if you could see the picture in terms of connecting with the amount of strength that this is going to enable you with. So on day 7, you have the 2 of Cups. Again, you could be connecting to a Leo or Aries energy with all this fire in the second week. But maybe on day 7, there's a reconciliation, or there is someone who is coming back who potentially wants to reconcile. Now, I will say if the divine, if you were getting internal messages from the divine that something is not right, and then a situation happened that kind of gave you confirmation, or definitely gave you confirmation that this is not a place of peace for you, and there was communication or a thought process that just really it's you had to start engaging your logic in things. So you have the spiritual, you have the physical, the emotional, and the logical. Like all of these things are confirmation that what's coming, though may present as overwhelming, will empower you in ways that are even amazing to you. Once you do that, though, you don't allow things from the past to creep in and say, oh, baby, please, or hey, we'll offer you whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's understand that if you don't rebuild with the exact same damaged rubble that, you know what I'm saying? You go and you find material that is not damaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, it just, you know what I mean? Don't rebuild with the same material. Like, it's going to fall again. Okay? And, but also don't not rebuild. Just maybe not that place, maybe not that space, maybe not that person. But, on day 7, just be mindful of all the things that happened in the previous days leading up to day 7, and understand that, look, this didn't happen for no reason. So I'm going to see the clarity in it, and empower myself with the strength in it. But also on day 8, I'm moving on to things that Death card, major for Scorpio, Wheel of Fortune. This is a whole new way of living. That old sense of whatever that was is gone, and you are no longer interested in giving into things, which I celebrate for you, Gemini. You're no longer interested in giving to things that it's not an equal exchange. And with that, you have opened yourself up to a completely new cycle of people to connect with, or circumstances to connect with. And that's beautiful. All right, Gemini, that was your reading. If it resonates, like, share, subscribe. Until the next reading, be well, be blessed. Thank you.